Well, world, how y'all doing? So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not even sure what I'm getting into anymore. Y'all, I'm petrified. I'm scared. It is not gonna stop me though, just so you know, but I'm petrified. So after our last video, I do remember telling you guys I was gonna be taking charge of this and I was gonna be opening a business that had to do with food, right? This was still within the food period of our hobbies. You know, I'm experimenting multiple hobbies that I have on my website, Hobvis, HOBVIS.com. So I'm experimenting on those hobbies, and I told you guys I was gonna pick a topic after each time, and then I'm gonna talk about that topic. So that's what we're doing, right? And we're still within our food period. We're talking about food, different types of food. We first started with a video of, you know, foods, eating habits that are costing you a fortune, and we spoke about that, you know. Afterwards, I made a video about some food businesses you could start today, and in that video I remember saying I was gonna try some of them myself. So here we are. And I think with that research I did for that video, the best, or the one thing I would gladly do, was the snack packaging business. So one interesting thing I found was when I got here to Mexico, I realized they had a lot of snacks that people don't have in other parts of the world. And actually traveling, I actually realized that's actually how the world works, you know. Yeah, different settlements of people with different types of food they eat. That creates the different types of snacks they have and stuff like that. So getting here to Mexico, I realized, okay, they have a lot of snacks that I never really tried much of before I came here. And I think one of the most interesting type of snacks they have is the chili snacks, like chilito they call it. You know, they add this little, you know, pepperish type of flavor to a lot of their snacks. That's not something I'm used to. If anything, having that much pepperish things in too many things I eat could harm my stomach. So I do come from a place where we eat a lot of pepper, a lot of chili. So it's not even a thing of, oh, you don't eat enough chili. No, I do. Okay, I just don't eat it with my chips, you know. Like what? So that was new. That part of things, that was pretty new for me. You know, I do come from a place that literally has a pot of soup we call pepper soup, because it's literally just grinded chili they give to you, and then they give you a whole bucket of water. Like when you're done, you can go sleep. You will be crying when you're done, because you would, the hot, okay, it was literally just grinded pepper and water and a whole lot of meat, and that's it. Pepper soup. Okay, of course it had other things, right, that made it edible, but that was basically the idea. So much so it has the name pepper soup. But arriving here, I saw more things, you know, a lot more ways you could use chili, I guess. You know, a lot more ways you could use pepper, and I was like, okay, I'll try them. I'll try. I've never been one to run away from an experiment, so let's get into it, you know. And I did try a lot of things. I actually had a lot of friends when they would first come to the country. I took them out to eat the corn salad. They call it esquites here, elotes, and I took them out to go eat it. And I was like, put some chili for him, you know. First things first, I had to research what I was gonna, you know, what I'm gonna do. Oh my God, I don't know. I was like, what am I gonna do? You know, everything is so new. Everything is like, this is scary. But that was the first thing. Reviewing laws in Mexico that actually permit what I'm trying to do. Am I allowed to do this, people? Because I wasn't even trying to get in trouble with anyone. Okay? So I was able to review some of the laws, you know, that prohibit, you know, selling, retailing items, but the truth is a lot of the laws actually do allow you to retail items. So as long as you're not claiming these items as yours, you can do it, so you can do it. So that was what we said. Okay, I am essentially going to be having a branding for my packaging, but not for the item themselves. They're not my items, so I don't own them. This is also a disclaimer. I don't own these snacks. Not yet, though. I'll let you guys know when I own them. Let's go. So when it came to reviewing the laws that allowed me or did not allow me to sell here in Mexico, a few things stood out to me. Number one, I couldn't really sell sweet-like products. They call them chatarra here in Mexico. You can't really sell those in school. It's actually not legal. What a talk. My school had them. My school had them. Okay. I'm not trying to do this business in the school, so that's good. That is first step. Make sure I'm not causing harm to children, and I'm good to go. Then after that, the next was, am I allowed to resell retail items? It turns out, yes, I'm actually allowed to retail items as long as I'm not causing any harm to the company, to the brand of the company, as long as I'm not taking it out of the original container and claiming to be the one who made it, and repackaging it. As long as I'm not repackaging it to fit my purpose, it's good. I can sell it, I can retail it essentially, and the companies will actually be happy to have you sell their product because you're buying the product to then resell the product. So that's good for them. That's good for business. So you're actually allowed to do it. Just don't claim it as yours. And I already taught as much. I already taught as much. You can't really claim the product as yours, and also do not repackage it. But after that, you're good to go. Just don't cause any harm to the brands, and then go ahead and make your purchase. Go ahead and then resell your purchase. And then the third thing I had to look out for, they call them seals. In Spanish, sellos. Now the health, the health government of Mexico has been implementing a lot of laws lately, in the last few years, to protect people. This is because the rise of obesity is crazy. As we already know, everywhere in the world, this is not just an American thing. It's not just a South American thing, I'm North American thing. No, it's everywhere. Okay, it's everywhere. As much as we try to obsess ourselves with the other spectrum, don't be too thin, right? Oh, don't be too fat. It's a lot of drama we've had recently, as we all know. So the government has done a lot of things to protect people from, health issues essentially that they could possibly have. And some of that was, a few laws were passed, making certain types of food illegal, or illegal to not disclose what they have in them. Exactly. So the chips we eat every day, the maruchan, the little things we eat generally, it's now illegal to not disclose what they have in them. I'm gonna show you. So this is what they look like, called sellos. If you notice right there, it says excess calories, excess sodium. I don't even know what this is doing in my house at this point. Phew. But yeah, we're gonna try them once in a while, but right there, this is what that looks like. And right there it says Secretary of Health. The Secretary of Health right there. Those were a few of the laws passed. Companies have to disclose if they have certain items or products in their in their merchandise. Now I did find even the government website that had a list of them: excess calories, excess sugars, excess saturated grasa. How do you say that? Oils, grease. Yeah, excess saturated grease. Oh, my brain. Excess saturated grease, excess sodium. Excess sodium is more like saying it's got too much salt in it. You know, some of the merchandise and some things, I realized some things that we don't even, you know, we would actually think we're very healthy. A lot of them are not. You know, a lot of them are not. And one of that is this right here. I buy this a lot. Like, I literally have 3 in my house right now. Just saying. I used to think they were healthy before. Well, I used to think they, you know, it says tea, right? This is tea. There's no way this could harm me. It's got 2 seals. This thing is so unhealthy. It's crazy. And I got 3 in my house. I know. I'm gonna die. But those are some of the things I have to look out for when I make my, you know, when I make my packaging. You know, I have to make sure any of the items I'm gonna add into my little packaging, if they are not as healthy as they should be or as they could be, I gotta make sure they have at least the health seal to make sure I'm not offending the gut. So I believe this should be the end of this particular video. I think there's really not much else I need to worry about right now. So now I know, okay, it's safe to do this legally. I should be all right. You know, I should be able to do it. You know, I had a few concerns, but I don't have to worry much about them. You know, I had a list of concerns actually, but I don't have to worry about them anymore because I think I'm gonna be okay.